Right. All right. Well, hi, everyone. Of course, this is BDevine, and these are some of the light leaders that are here today. And what we wanted to do is sort of just talk a little bit about, especially the light leaders, they wanted to talk a little bit more about what they've been learning, and also now that some of them are on the other side of it. And we have quite a few here, but Kathy is one of the students at the moment. Is kind of halfway through, I guess, as well, and she wants to share some information. But we're going to start with Dana, and Dana is doing semester 2, and she's doing awesome, of course. And she's going to have a little bit of a talk with us, and then we're going to go around a little bit, and everyone can have a share. So thanks for joining us. I hope you will enjoy. All right, Dana, over to you. On the spot.
That's okay. I would just give people a little bit of background. I have worked with Becky personally over the last 4 years on healing.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's been, I look back.
Wow.
Almost 4. So working through some of my own traumas before I even understood what I understand now from taking semester 1.
Right.
And I think that did help me a little bit. I had done some clearing work with respective family members and partners. And then I did some past life regression work with her too. That was extremely healing, and just some general healing work and some coaching. I've been a coach myself. I'm not actively coaching right now. I hung up my coaching hat about 4 years ago, and I just do things sort of volunteer for people. I love numerology, and but that's nothing now. So it's like, it was a baby step. When I signed up for the Light Leaders Academy, all I knew is that I really liked Becky, and that I knew that she was the real deal, super authentic. I was going to get information. I didn't know how much. I had no idea the amount of information I was going to get, and I had absolutely no idea how much it changed my life. But I can tell you on many, many levels, I'm completely different than when I started the course. I guess some examples would be that I basically am in my power much more these days than I ever was before. And because she teaches about alignment, which is through a daily declaration, which she's put on every platform. So if you want to know what that is, you can just go to any of her platforms, and it's right there. It's a protection declaration that you do every day for grounding and protection, and to place yourself in a place of receiving, which is really important. And then through semester 1, not only did we learn that, but we learned a lot about traumas and post-traumatic stress disorders, which every person on this planet has some form of, more than likely, if not complex PTSD, and how to clear those away from ourselves. And if we want to later, as we go through the course and graduate, we can actually help others if we want. My intention is to help others. It always has been. I know it's my calling in life. I tried it once, didn't work, didn't have the right tools. This was the tool. Like, this course is, you can't even put a price on it, really. Just from my own personal life transformation, just from semester 1, and we haven't even really, we're just starting semester 2, really. Although we just got through channeling, so that's been really powerful. How do you place a value on power and clarity? I don't mean power in an abusive way. I mean owning your power, so that you love yourself enough that you don't allow the storms that are happening around you to impact you on a daily basis, in the smallest of ways, in your most intimate relationships, with your children, with your parents, with your siblings, with your coworkers. There's almost nothing that riles me anymore, because now I know, because I set myself up in the morning, that I have a whole team working with me all day. And so I'm having all these small miracles happen every day, all day long, because I'm in that place of receiving everything from expected bills being a lot lower to problems being solved, that I just say, well, I'll put it out there and the angels will take care of it. And a phone call comes in 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to take care of this for you. Thank you. Didn't even have to ask them. These are normal occurrences in my life now. Because of the work I did in semester 1 and prior, and now in semester 2, my family's healing. There's a lot of
Yeah.
healing happening within my own family unit. I'm seeing it firsthand. It's a beautiful thing. And if you have any hesitation about taking it, I would say don't hesitate. I mean, I discovered on PayPal, you can pay like 6 months interest free. So you can take bite-sized pieces off of the course if you want to
Yeah.
do that, not pay a dime of interest. If you have the money to pay up front, pay up front, you know.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate, just go all in. But
Yeah.
you know, it's paid for if you do it on PayPal, and you're good.
Get started.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah, you
I did the
actually
same.
alerted me to that you were able to, pay it.
Yeah, that's how I did it. Because I heard a lot of people saying, well, I don't have the money. And I'm like, well, but if you just divide it up and, you know, find a way to like cut back in other areas, maybe if you need to, or you just get in alignment and the money starts coming in, which is what's happened with me. Like, things are just shifting so much that there's no money concerns at all anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you want to ask me something?
For people, I was just going to say, a lot of people right now are in the fear, you know, of the whole money system, etc. So you would say to them, even if that's the case, you know, you start and then you start manifesting. So it's like you're in it and then you don't have to worry because you're manifesting it all.
There's never a time when somebody is absolutely ready for something. You have to make a decision. It's like my mother used to say, you're never going to be ready to have children. You just have them.
And then
then you deal, right? Then you ask for help. We asked for help before. But yeah, no, you have to trust. Trust is a big word for me.
Right. Sometimes this is the answer, you know.
You have to just trust and go for it. You have to get a little uncomfortable to grow. I guess it's one of my most favorite sayings. It's like, if you're not a little bit uncomfortable, you're probably not growing. This is not easy work. You have to commit to it. There's homework.
Yeah.
There's notes. There's a test at the end. There's a lot to learn. But if you want to transform your life, and probably those at least that live around you close by, you can't beat this. I don't even know how to describe it in words, really, because it's so life transforming. You will look at your whole life differently. You'll look at everyone you meet differently. I've learned a lot of compassion through this. I had a lot before. I have a lot more now for people, especially when you see them in their traumas.
Absolutely.
And you just want to reach out and help them so badly. But
well, you know you can. You know you can help them, and that's the hard part.
Right. So living by example of someone who's not rocked in the storms, right? So the thing you talk about all the time is people are going to come to you and say, how come you're not so upset about all this stuff? And I'm like, because I don't give my energy away to it, because I love myself too much. And I love my alignment too much to let all that prey stuff bother me on any level at all.
Right.
None, not even going there anymore. Like, I've turned off every news, even alternative news. I don't watch any of it because the light's already won. And it's just the ugly mess at the end. So that also comes from just being in that trust space, you know, and having the knowing it all as well. So well done. I would say go for it. If you're on the fence, you know, just jump. Like, literally, you can't just like talk yourself out of this. It's too good. It's too good of an opportunity.
And you get to hang out with all of us too.
Oh yeah, it's great. You have new buddies. You get new buddies that are on the same page.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Dana. Just one last thing I was going to ask you, Dana. Do you feel like, because one of the biggest aspects of semester 1 is when we get to the part where we're doing a lot of clearing, like from negative attachments and demonic stuff, all kinds of things that you may not even realize is there or was there until it's gone. So that section of it for you, do you feel like it's, you know, the way you were before, did you really feel like you had a lot to clear? And then afterwards, you know, you were like, okay, I'm clear. Or did you think that you didn't really have much to clear and it was a surprise? Like, how did you feel about that part of the course? Because I know everyone was worried about it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't talk about the clearing, because between the declaration and clearing, I think those two are the pillars of the whole course. The clearing for me, I believed it cleared away a karmic pattern that I had with narcissists.
Yeah.
And I got extremely clear. So I would say, yes, I had some clearing to do. It also got rid of some lethargy. I guess that's the way to say it. Like, and I've been doing the booster clearing and some other things too, right? I've not stopped with my clearing. I still clear every day in my declaration, right?
Right.
So that's part of the declaration, is to let go of things that no longer serve you with love light. So, I mean, I'm clearing every single day. And now I'm asking questions like you've taught us how to ask questions. But I feel the declaration was, well, Catherine, I'm sorry, can really talk to this because she's right in the middle of it. But it is so powerful. It's almost mind-boggling the first time you hear it. You're like, wow, no one's ever talked like this before. But
I'm pretty firm on it.
Yeah, when you go through it, you understand why. And as you get through, you know, we have to do this several times. When you go through this several times, you can feel a levity about your being. I think, like physically, even I felt lighter, and I was dropping things that no longer served me, which unfortunately included some people that I couldn't see. I wasn't seeing clearly things before. They were my patterns. I'll take full responsibility for my patterns. Okay. Like, I'm not going to call anybody out, right? I own my part in that. It was my post-traumatic stress disorder response to narcissistic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And so just happened to be this time in a friendship. And so that had to end. And that was really surprising. But I was really clear.
Yeah, surprising how well you did it.
And I never walked back, and I never went all my normal patterns from prior that I would have done. I didn't do any of those. And I'm still stunned. Like, normally I go crawling back. Like, oh, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I didn't understand. Or can we just make up? Or let me hear your side.
Yeah.
And I don't wish any foul or harm or anything on that person, of course.
No, it's just,
I wish her love.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not a match. It was a lesson for me. And I feel like it was a final karmic lesson, and the clearing probably helped me with that.
Yeah. And like when you do let go, it's not like it's a sadness, as you said. So you didn't have the emotion behind it. It was just, okay, it's time. Okay. I get it. All right. Love and light in your direction. I'm going in mine. It's very different than, like you said, oh God, what have I done? It's my fault, somewhere along the line.
Oh, it would have been horrible before.
Maybe
I would have been a complete mess.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
would have been a mess.
Feel that.
Everybody, I already know.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, Dana. Thanks so much for sharing. I think I said Gilda next, right? Gilda?
Okay.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Because
everybody changed. I don't know when. I had it all like this, and now it's like.
That's fine.
No problem. Cool. Hi, Gilda.
Hi.
Thanks.
Yes, so I'm Gilda.
Yeah, you didn't come last time, but that's right. You weren't here last time, so that's okay. That's good. You're here today.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and now I'm in semester 2, so I have, and that added clarity, as you had said, Dana, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree with Dana. If you're on the fence about this, just do it, like Nike or whatever. Just do it, right?
Yeah.
There's like she says, once you start this and you go through the clearing, and you're manifesting, and your soul is free. You're a free soul. And that's really what came home for me. So a little bit about my background. I've been trained and teaching Qigong and Tai Chi for 12 years. And that's the long way. Okay. So you want to go the long way to clear yourself and to get started. I mean, of course, when I did the clearing, I also realized a whole bunch of stuff. The narcissistic thing, like Dana, you said, I had that pattern, and that was entrenched in my life. And there are some people out there who may be hearing this and realizing that, yeah, they were one of them. And I also realized that I had that pattern, and that was entrenched in my life. And there are some people out there who may be hearing this and realizing that, yeah, they were one of them. And they were one of them. And because you want to help people, and that's my innate nature too. And so when I started Qigong, and it was so transformational in terms of and it was really in terms of your whole 3 sets, your physical, your spiritual, and your emotional bodies, if you will. It is a transformational practice. So when I started it, I was 53, and I was spiraling down in my health. So that really helped me not become a part of the statistics of the, I am, 64 now, and I'm not on any meds. I'm not on any, I have all my original parts, and, so I can't say that for some of my friends, my old friends. And so also, many friends dropped off too with this.
Yeah.
It tends to, I guess I just want to summarize all that part by saying, when you do this program with Becky, in a 3-week time frame, your life is flipped. You have increased your energy. Like Dana said, you're manifesting. You are clear about relationships. Your compassion goes through the roof. You get to be with all these wonderful people, and Becky, of course. So I've known Becky through videos, and when she started on YouTube since 2009.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
there are videos with different people saying, you got to check this out. She's so cool. You're cool, you're authentic. And, I've never experienced anything lousy, from, any meditations that,
Well, that's good.
it's always been uplifting and
Yeah.
kind of amazing too, very clearing process for me, even before the class started. And so then she's offering this Light Leaders Academy, and I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds really cool. I think I should do that. And again, I was not manifesting the income that I wanted to have. And I believe that was a karmic pattern, and that is through my family as well. And as far as I can tell, that's gone. So, I mean, for instance, my husband just got a new job and increased his salary $20,000 a year.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
See,
that was
out of nowhere.
great. And I've been able to, my little stuff I do, it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
And I did want to share one thing about the first semester, when we are encouraged to practice and offer this to other people. And actually, a friend of mine who I known for 30-something years, she also lives here in Colorado. She came to me about something in their family, and I was able to go and do something with that, with the teachings that we've learned, and released some things for that family.
That
it was
a huge, big problem, wasn't it?
It was, and so they're based in the Christian faith, and I believe that sometimes in the Christian faith we're afraid. I've taught Lutheran Sunday school. I've been through that as well, and nothing terrible or anything to say like that about it. But I'm just saying that this experience, working with the angels, is something that we are all able to do. There are passages in the Bible about it, and the scripture teaches that angels guard and minister to God's people, and these spiritual blessings may be assigned specific areas of responsibility. And God's care of his people through angels should be an encouragement to everybody, right? Christians and
right. So
I just wanted to share that part in case you're hearing this and you think this is some kind of weird cultish thing, which it is absolutely not. This is based in in God's love and
Mm.
Jesus and angels. And I don't know what else to say about that other than it is transformative, as Dana said. And it's, I don't know, I've already seen many miracles myself.
Yeah.
Many,
How,
many.
how did that family feel after what you did with them, the Lutheran family? Do they feel better?
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, the very moment I finished, their teenage son, who, you know, is a typical teenager who loves all the games, and he's
Yeah.
kind of stolen and doesn't really look at you, and when he doesn't really speak to you very much and things like that. And he's just the sweetest kid. I've known him all his life. And right after that clearing, so I said, do you guys understand the homework? Because there's, like Dana alluded to, there is some work that during the 3-week process that you must do in order to complete the healing, right?
Right.
Or the clearing. And I said, so what'd you think of that? And he was bouncing around on his toes, smiling ear to ear. I hadn't seen that smile since he was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And, you know, so for several years now. And I believe that he was filled with the Holy Spirit. I really do. So, and everybody, his parents were just staring and like smiling. And it was very joyful moment.
Yeah.
It was emotionally joyful. So that was just one little thing, right? And
Yeah.
we are, I believe, all of us, each of us who are going to be able to go reach out to others and share this, we're going to teach so many people how to stay in that light
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
clear.
It's not something that they have to keep on trying to do. It's like once you give them the tools, all they have to do is continue to do what you showed them for the rest of their life. And if they did that, life would be, yeah. So it's not something, a lot of people go from this psychic to this one, to this healer and this healer. Maybe this will work and this will work. And we eliminate all of that. That's amazing. Even for people that are religious.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway,
There's something for you.
I mean, you don't have to have gone to church anytime in your life. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to be healed, if you want to have clearing through your system, I mean, you're clearing like in Qigong. So you've got your ancestral karma, you've got your personal karma, and basically the karma around you, right? And Dana was saying that you can, through this training, the clarity that it brings you, and you just don't have to engage in the nonsense that's out there, right?
Yeah.
No matter what form
Amazing.
it's, whether it's the news or the neighbors or whatever it is, and you can meet it with this love light that's bursting out of your heart and from your being, really. And they don't even realize it. And of course, you go, I'm meeting you with my beautiful love light here, you know,
Yeah.
because it's just there. And anyway, so life becomes beautiful, more beautiful if you already love life, which let's hope you do. There's just so much more to it. Yeah, I don't know what else to add to that. I did teach Qigong and Tai Chi for 12 years. During 2019, I was teaching 12 classes a week in California.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. It was great to the senior population in different, you know, senior centers and such. So that was a great experience, but suddenly it kind of dropped off right in the end of 2019. And I just turned to Colorado, and then everything hit the fan, you know, from there. But,
Yeah. Yep.
So I want to share this more than any of the other practices that I know. And I have a website and I teach meditation, but I'll tell you what, if you're doing meditation, that's great. That's always great, you know, but this makes it, oh, wow. It's just so consistent and so beautiful and so, like Dana said too, sorry, Dana, I keep referring to you, but I think we all agree the energy is there, that it's just, I don't know what else to say about it. I think I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over.
You just feel completely different
Yeah.
than other, yeah. And you can't wait to share it.
Exactly. You do a lot of clearing with Qigong, you do.
Yeah.
But this takes it even further. It
Right.
takes it to your ancestral roots. It takes it, takes any things that you've done in your life that maybe you regretted or anything
Yeah.
like all that stuff.
Right.
Things that happened to you, trauma. I mean, you can take that and just, it just dissolves and becomes, it's still part of you, of course, but
Yeah.
it's just in a different,
It's harder to look at.
not affecting
Yeah.
you. It's not affecting you in a negative way. You've gone past all that and you are super positive in life. So if you're looking to, if you're feeling low about things, about your life, about things around you, this will change that.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So,
Fabulous.
and being with the angels and channeling is
That's been so cool, right? Going to
I
the
guess
next level.
it's so humbling.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, all of the, I know it sounds, if people are listening, they're thinking, oh my God, I've got to do a whole lot of work now. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You will like it.
It may sound like work. I guess I don't mean to say.
We get the whip out.
There's homework but you want to do that because you've got to understand, especially if you're going to go into the to sharing it with others and healing.
Yeah,
and
if you're going into it for your career, which we will need you, let's face it, if you're going into it, you're going to have all the tools and skills and confidence, and practice that you need to go into it. But even if you weren't going into it, it's like, this is how you heal yourself. There is no other way. I mean, you can add bits and pieces into it, but this is the core structure of how you actually heal and understand yourself and get to like yourself and, see yourself in a different role. And that's what I wanted to come across the most was, you're going to be the one that heals from this, and you can't help others until you have, because we've all been and seen people that are unhealed doing the work, and it's like terrible, the stories that I hear, like from time to time about, the things that the teacher will say to the students is horrendous, and even attaching their energy, to the students and all kinds of things. So we have to learn all of those things. And again, I don't think it has been brought to many people's attention, because usually in this day and age, the way that courses are run, you only get a tiny little bit, and then, okay, I've only got this much, and now I'm going to have to pay for this next little bit, and then the next little module, and you're just done. By the time it'll probably take you 20 modules or something, and you can't keep going. So yeah, this is another reason for it to be intense, but all in one spot as well. For me personally, as all of your teacher, like I couldn't be prouder of each one of you. For one, just deciding that you were worth this, that was the biggest thing as well. And two, having a trust in the whole system where, hey, this could have been anything. You didn't know exactly what it was going to be, because I didn't know exactly how each week was going to go. So I'm super proud of all of you for being able to just live in your truth and to make a move forward in your life, even when you didn't know. And that's with all the attachments that were still there. And from my perspective, also as a teacher for you all, seeing the difference in you all from the beginning of the course till after we finished the clearing. So even going through the clearing, a whole lot of things are changing in each one of your lives. A whole lot of drama was occurring, and you were still managing. It's okay, that's going to be taken care of, and that's going to be done. I'm fine. Like you were present in the middle of all this storm around each one of your own lives, and then come out the other side, of course, having just like feeling like you've been hit by a dumb stick, because your whole life is starting all over again. It's like you're on a completely clean slate. And how do you navigate that? That can be different as well. So, from my perspective, watching you pre-clearing to after clearing was awesome, because I wanted this. I wanted you all to feel this, you know, and obviously I'd been doing it for a long time myself, and I'm like, no one else is doing this. Why not? You know, and it just became more, the reason they don't want you to do it is they don't want you well, so you keep coming back. I mean, that's just the story of it. But yeah, so I appreciate all of you for sharing your stories today and being here, and loving it so much. That's a compliment. So I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Wow. So I'm wondering, do you want to talk a little bit, Catherine?
Sure.
Okay. You don't want to put you on the spot, but hello. Hi, Catherine. So Catherine's just new, and she's just started a few weeks ago, and she has been watching as well for a while. And she watched all of the light leaders in the last little talk we did, and she's like, that's it, I want to be a part of that group. So here she is. Welcome, Catherine.
So I think the thing I would like to stress, which I don't think people really understand, the enormity of this program. It is huge.
Yeah.
Things that you had no idea about, and it is so thorough. First of all, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, because there are exercises in this. In order for you to be a light leader, you need to understand it so that you can do it with people if that's what you choose to do. But what it does, you learn about yourself. You learn things about yourself that you didn't even know were there.
Yeah.
So I've gone through it now, like weeks 1 through 4, like 3 times, because I'm like, well, I there's so much more to me than I even thought was possible. So that's a timeline study, which if you get into it, you'll learn about that. It's critical. And then you learn where there are areas within yourself that you had no idea could potentially be a problem. And you think you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Brings clarity to that, and you work on how to release that and how to release it for others if that's what you choose to do. The next thing I want to talk about is the clearing. Now, I just now got to the clearing.
Yeah. The build up to it.
A lot. I had no idea what it was. I'm going through it now, and I realize what it is now, and it truly is amazing. But what I want to say more than anything is that this is a gift that's being given to you by Becky. If you went to her in a private session, she could charge you $2,000 just for that alone. Because what it's everything that's in you, past, present, future, past lives, and your current existence, transforming it, getting rid of it. It's like I said, I'm in the middle of it. I don't know exactly what it's going to do yet, but I do know if I went on an individual one-on-one with a healer someplace, it would cost me a fortune. This is being given to the Light Leaders Academy as a gift to you. That blew me away when I realized the intensity of it. One more thing I want to say, and I'll make it real. Jane was talking about, well, how do you find the money? And I just wanted to say that every month my credit card bill, it's kind of like between $3,000 and $5,000. I don't know where it is because I'm not really paying attention to it. But my bill came in yesterday, and I said, gee, I really want this to be under $2,000 for a change. I just want it. I opened the bill. It's $1,999. And trust me, for me, that's really a big deal. Oh my gosh, I really did that. I really came in under, and I had asked for it, and all of a sudden manifested. It's under what I asked for by $1. But things that you don't expect to happen are going to happen. So anyway, I've taken up enough time, but I did want to state that it's an amazing course. And I'm only halfway through.
Wow.
So,
and what have you studied before, Catherine? You've done some sort of healing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this kind of work for about 10 years, not really with people. On occasion, I'll do it with people. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a crystal healer.
Yep.
And energy work. But I'm not a practitioner per se. If someone has an issue, I will send Reiki to it. You know,
Right.
if your dog is sick, you know, I've healed dogs, believe it or not, with all the distant healing. And, you know, that's another thing. Distant healing. It's not a joke. You do not have to be in front of a person.
Nope.
This energy and it moves. So distant healing is really the way to go. And then you're not in anybody's space. You don't have to worry.
Yep.
They are.
They know where I live.
Yeah.
Yep.
So distant healing is amazing.
It's out there. It's like 11:30 at night.
Yeah, it's a great concept. And so, like I said, with Reiki, I would heal dogs that had cancer and things like that, which I still have to wrap my head around. I'm not sure how that works because I think we picked up diseases and things in our bodies because of what happens to us. I'm not sure how our animals fit in that picture unless they're picking up our energy. I don't know. So I want to focus there at some point. But anyway, so Reiki, basically. And this is far, far superior to any Reiki practice. Now, it's not that you won't use your Reiki.
No, that's right.
But that will enhance what you're doing. So, okay, the angels need a boost. Okay, a little boost. You want to send light around the world? Send my Reiki along with you. Angels go here, here, and here, all over. But I'm sending my Reiki as well. Just it's my little contribution to move it. So that's my background.
Absolutely. Wow. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad to have you. I know that it's been different for you because you weren't at the very beginning when it opened. And so you've been back a little bit and we've been back and forth with the Zoom calls. So I appreciate you for continuing to do it. I know that, you know, you were doing it by yourself and everybody else had the group once a week. So, but I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you actually look different this week. Yeah.
The Zoom call.
Right.
In the course, you have the Zoom calls of you
sort of
all.
there. Yeah.
So group 1 are included within that course. So those of us that have been late, we're late to the party. Yeah, we are. But we can benefit from the calls of you all from the first session.
Asking all the questions. Yeah.
So the questions that I would have, I waited because I'm like, it might be addressed in that call.
Yep.
And that was helpful, very helpful.
Oh, good. Excellent. Wow. I'm glad we put them up there now.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, for all of you, again, I'm just like, I wanted to share with everybody about from the student's point of view, because I don't want to feel like I was like, you've got to join. They're like, oh, here goes Becky again. She's just on her tangent of, you know what it's like when you watch someone and all of a sudden there's these ads all the time. I didn't want to do that. So I'm grateful for you all coming through and helping with a bit of a testimonial, because each one of you has your own story, of course, and each one of you had your own challenges as you've been going through. And, you know, Desiree is going to share a little bit about her story now too. So yeah, I just wanted to say once again, thank you for all coming in and being a part of this. And we just keep on growing with this, you know, we'll keep growing momentum. And all of you, if you do, so for the light leaders that are here, I'm not sure which ones right now, you know, want to be or wouldn't mind being contacted, but yeah, I guess I'll leave that for later on. And if any of the light leaders want to be contacted by anyone, I'm sure you got a good audience here. So like for, you know, practice or whatever you want to do. So I will turn it over to Desiree right now if she wants to say hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, after all of this first course, the extremely intensive, comprehensive, life-changing experience that we all went through together.
Yeah.
I don't know how to add, well, I can add so much more to what Dana, Gilda, and Catherine have already said. You know, there are parts in the course where if you're not so much understanding the spiritual aspect, there's a lot of science behind it as well that's included in it, and understanding your energy and your energetic body and how our emotions just in general are energy and motion, and how to control your emotions, where they stem from, all the trauma from this life, from past lives, getting a better understanding of yourself, learning to trust yourself.
Yeah.
That was a huge aspect for me because I didn't know how to trust myself. I didn't know myself.
No.
So going through this whole course, you know, it's a lot. It's sure it's work, but that's life. Life is work, but giving you the tools to help you understand on a daily basis, working with different people and not so much judging them for their faults, but understanding the traumas behind them. And understanding so much better when people come to you with certain questions or concerns or health ailments, where they come from, why, and how to maybe, you know, explain to them how you could help.
Yeah. Because now
Um,
you can kind of look at people and tell right away, oh, they're going through this or they're going through that, or this is why that's happened. And you can see it straight away. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Even in some of the healing practices and chats that you've given, Becky, there's so many people that can benefit so much from this course. It is just life-changing, and that's a guarantee. You have to put the work in because you're the one healing yourself. Never understanding that you have that power.
Yeah.
We all have that power. We are all healers of our own energy. Putting that, knowing that you have that power and putting those tools to practice every single day, it makes life so much easier. Being clear, going through that intense clearing, you now start to attract people with a different frequency to you. People that are more on your wavelength, more of a, I don't know, it's being together with all of you guys. It's like, oh, I'm home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so refreshing, not having to filter yourself, being able to lay anything out on the table and people actually understanding. So that's really nice because right now in this world, people are looking for those groups. People are looking for their connections. And so right now is a perfect time to find that connection. You're being pulled to this. You're watching this video right now.
Yeah.
It's not by mistake. It's for a reason.
Yep.
And if you have that pull and you're just, you know, I don't know. I was the same way. And I knew I had to do it. I needed to trust myself.
Yeah, you went to the last second before you were able to sign up. Yeah.
It was, but I trusted myself that much to know that I needed to take this step, and it changed my life forever. So it's just,
there's so much in it to
awesome.
explain, isn't there?
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know, again, understanding the energy in your body. I'm now going to be an energy healing practitioner.
Right.
And I'm in the middle of creating my website, getting the, you know, services together of what I want to offer, but definitely willing and able to help anyone who, you know, wants to know more, wants to, you know, get some questions answered. Becky's extremely busy with the school right now. I could definitely help answer some questions, as I'm sure any of us could. So my time's available. A lot of us need help right now, and some guidance. And that's all it is guidance, because you're definitely going to take these tools and instill them in yourself, and get moving. And again, finding that you're healing yourself, everything else is healing around you.
Yeah,
like Dana said, your family completely.
You noticed it within your family too, right? Yeah.
Even your city.
Mm-hmm.
I've created a group within my city, and there are more and more people coming, and I'm not sending invites. People are being pulled to this frequency that you emit, because you're at a higher frequency. Once you finish the first course, you of course are ready and willing and wanting to take the second
You're dying
course.
for more information.
You almost have to, because it's taking you to that next level. It's absolutely amazing and so much fun, and I get to see everyone as well,
and the Telegram group as well that we have, and you can share your stories, etc. That's a good little spot.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's so refreshing. It's like, okay, I wake up in the morning and see these little posts. It's a refreshing. It's not negative. It's not,
doom and gloom. Yeah,
we're not in that anymore. No. We're over that part.
Out.
Yeah,
kind of out the side.
Yeah, so it's amazing. Standing in your own sovereignty of who you are, of what you can do, of how you can help others, because it's important right now.
A lot of people are like you, Desiree, where they knew they want to help, they know they want to heal, they just don't know how to do it. They're all confused, so then nothing happens.
Yeah, I didn't think I could. I was riddled with anxiety, not understanding that it was just excitement and energy that needed to be controlled in a certain way. So understanding that is life-changing. Not being on medication, having that brain fog of not being able to see things clearly. You're able to see through people that are these gurus, these spiritualists, these people that say they can help, and they're really just sectioning from your energy. So again, that protecting your energy is extremely important.
And the most common practice with someone that is sucking your energy is they're not going to teach you how to protect yourself. They're probably going to try to divert you away from it.
They're going to tell you don't have to.
Yeah, they'll tell you don't have to. Oh, you're just too high vibrational. But it's just a practice that you have to do for yourself personally, so that your inner self is not So in other words, you're not protecting yourself from the inside out all the time, and just creating a bloating and a stress and a problem within your body. It's like taken care of. What's next? That's taken care of. Now I can move forward. I noticed it too, throughout different courses and things. There was no protection given. It wasn't even talked about. And clearing, that is never talked about. That's something that, I had to develop on my own, thinking how important this is, So, I'm glad you talked to me about that too, Desiree. That's huge. And, like you said, sensitive communities, Starseeds, you've got all these the youth coming in, and they're just gravitating to someone who seems to have all the answers. And that's when they've got you, it's really, really difficult.
Right. Not being able to discern. And that's where the clearing really helps you, because you're not then sucking on to everything that's said that you think may be some great discovery. But knowing that you have the answers within yourself. Everyone has those answers. Learning how to tap into those answers, understanding that most of them come from your heart. So clearing your heart, making sure your heart is open and cleared from any traumas that may have happened is so important. And the sky's the limit. Once you're done
Absolutely.
You've done this, definitely.
You have this under your sleeve and you're going to be set, for life.
It's so freeing.
Absolutely.
It really is. So it's great. I highly recommend it to everybody out there. And you'll get to be with us.
Yeah, there you go.
Complete group.
Hang out with the group.
People, supportive.
Right. And all of you going through it as well. It's a huge energy too. And I think that's also the reason why all of you you know, just get it. Like you just suddenly it just all sinks, right? And you're like, oh my God, now I get it. And it just clicks into place. And all of you are in helping each other to do that because of the energy in the group. So if we're working one-on-one, it's probably more difficult, or maybe it takes a little longer because there's not such a big, you know, whirlpool of energy around each one of you. So that's been really interesting as well. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Desiree.
Yeah, thank you.
If you have more to share, you can go right ahead. You're like, I can't think of anything right now. I'm going to think of it later.
Well, I mean, the teaser to course 1, I mean, you definitely have to do course 1 to understand course 2.
Absolutely.
Because you're going through a whole different mindset.
Well, then I'm not repeating myself either, you know.
Right,
like,
right.
We've done it, and now we move into this.
But course 2 is so exciting.
Yeah.
So fun.
It's a little different than course 1.
Yeah, well, because you're past the extremely difficult parts.
Yeah.
And going into the extra tools you can use and higher knowledge, more expansion.
Yeah.
All of this stuff is encrypting into your DNA. You're taking it in. You're going to remember it, whether you remember even the first lesson of you know, the first course. So everything is beneficial. Every single part of this. So exciting. Hope to see more there.
Yeah, we hope to see more people come through. It'll be awesome. We have so much fun. I mean,
we do. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So much fun.
Excellent.
So
everyone.
thank you.
No, thank you all. I wanted to make sure that you all knew how much I appreciate all of you as well. For, like I said, it's like you know yourself, taking that first step. Oh, what about this? And how am I going to do it? And how's it going? I know it's going to be good, but you know, all these things. And you step past it, and that's in your unclear reality, you know, where you still had all these things trying to divert you from this particular pathway, which is so powerful. And to do it, to make that decision is enormous. And to help others to then make the decision as well. And again, like Desiree was saying, oh gosh, you know, it's way too inexpensive. You know, the course, you should, you know, maybe do more. And so what I was thinking of is probably got a couple of weeks at the price that it is at, and then it will go up a little bit. So I'm probably going to have to do that just because it's just worth it. It's worth it, right?
There's so much value in it. And people can afford it. You're going to pay more. I've got a
12-month payoff thing now. So
and that's what I did. That's what I did. But you're going to pay more in a therapist that's only going to sit there and listen to you and not give you the tools
and not care, really.
How you need to fix what needs to be fixed and heal what needs to be healed. But I didn't go into course number 2, the past life regression healing. Is going to be taking you on a whole another ride. So it's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Exciting.
And Desiree did have a session. We only needed to do one session, like over the phone, really, didn't we?
One session, and you can definitely share that with whomever would like to get an idea of what it's like. Because for me, I felt like it benefited me, but a whole lot other people, and I don't know who, but maybe someone who was pulled to that message may.
Okay, so do you mean I can put it on YouTube as well?
Oh, sure.
The recording? Okay, brilliant. I will. If that will help people, that'd be awesome. I'm sure it will. And also the healing will come through to the people that are listening.
Right.
So they'll receive it as well, you know. So it might be very helpful, especially in your particular situation. It was very unique, but I know that there are others that have had the same experience. So, or will recognize it, or may even recognize you. Right?
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Wow. So does anyone else have anything you want to say before we go? I don't know what else can we tell them?
Come join us.
Yeah. Come and have fun. What was Gilda going to say?
Yes, I want to agree with the cost of the course, and in terms of what you get. My personal Qigong training and Tai Chi training, all that, I would say it's more than $10,000 worth.
Wow. Yeah.
And it didn't get me there like this did. So, and I did want to mention that in the first semester, the clearing is worth the cost of the course, even if it goes. I mean, if you're sitting with a therapist and I know what that costs. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done some of that too. And it's like, you can say whatever you want. They don't know who you are. They don't know your history.
Mm-mm.
And they're going to want to keep coming back because, that's their gig, right? They're not there to really make you all better, right? I mean, they aren't. And oftentimes they give you medications that are problematic with your health and your mental health and all that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to add to everybody's summary. You guys, I love you guys.
I love you guys.
We love you too, Gilda.
Thank you, honey.
We've all, even for me doing this as a sharing it and trying to put it all together for students to be able to understand what the heck I was talking about. I was all excited because I'm like, oh, there's this and this and this and this and this and this. And so it was, the way that my mind works was not as quick as the way, my mind was working quick and my hands couldn't keep up. So, this really taught me also, how much, how I should go about doing things in teaching in this way, because this is a different thing for me too, this whole platform. I've always done it with mentoring, like, so we go through a little process, etc. Not exactly the same for each person, but we do kind of go through this little process, and doing it this way, well, how do you explain what I do up here, on paper kind of thing. So it was amazing. And there's still, as I said to you, once you've done semester 1, you'll always be enrolled in semester 1, which means any updates that happen with semester 1 for new students, for example, you'll always get those as well. So it just continues. It doesn't like it stop and that's it. You're out. Off you go. No, it's just forever. So you've always got this group, and hopefully it'll split off into other groups as well. And, the wellness center idea and working with the children and anyone that needs help, animals as well. Each of us will have our specialties and it'll just be amazing. So thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Any last thoughts before I go? I just want to make sure I've got everybody. I don't know if my husband wants to say something. He may be busy. He's just there. Like, he's just there for looks.
I'm tending to the puppies. Another one escaped.
Oh.
It's enclosure.
Yeah,
it's a little girl.
Got all this cardboard around trying to keep him in there.
It's the little girl. I didn't get my hair done today, so you guys get to look at my awesome picture with my beautiful wife. I just want to say, I'll second everything. It's been amazing so far. I'll second Becky's comments about how you all look so different now versus when you started, in the way that you speak and the way that you appear on even, camera, which is rough for everybody. I'm sure, we all have a little anxiety tied to that.
Yeah.
But you're all doing so solid, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And as you know me, I get emotional. It's been also great to see the change in my wife, to really, with both feet, tread down her true path of teaching. You'll all know that she's had it in her for probably 2 decades now, and it just hasn't manifested. And you guys made it possible for her to live this part of her path. So bravo to all of you.
Thank
individually.
You.
Yeah. And Catherine, you're doing great, and you do look bright.
She does look bright. Look at
I'm telling you,
like
the
an
clearing
angel's
is
right
already
inside
working. The clearing is already working.
Yeah, it's already working.
So, and to anyone listening, after the fact, if you're on the fence, do it. You hear all these amazing stories. Look at these beautiful people, and we're there every week to support you guys with the Zoom calls. So we're here to help you and get you on your way. and bravo.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Awesome.
I would say to all the men out there that Bobby is one of 3 in our course. So
Right.
we do
You've
have
got
men in the
friends.
class. We need men.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You
Step
know,
up,
Go,
men.
boys.
So,
Step up.
yeah.
It's all within you. You just
Yep.
gotta reach out and wake it up.
Yeah.
It's been there this whole time.
Absolutely. I know that for a lot of males, for example, you know, doing this kind of work, I guess they feel a little bit intimidated because there is a lot of females that do it, you know, let's face it. But there needs to be other males that are leading the way forward so that they can say, come on, let's do this. You know, this is where it's at. And this is where we are fixing ourselves, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, working together, you know, to change everything and also bring that ancient energy back. And men are always like, oh, I've got this, you know, they're all tough, right? There's no problem until there's a big problem. So, you know, it'd be really interesting, even if people are interested just a little bit in trying to heal or healing with others, that they came forward and they'd get a lot out of it. It'd be awesome to have more males come through, but it's really good that we have 3. That's awesome. Yep. So, and we have a lot of fun as well. So everyone feels, I'm pretty sure everyone feels really comfortable. I mean, I know the first time you come into the group, you're like, oh, I don't know what everyone will be like. And then you're like, oh, well, I know all these people now.
That's right. Divine tribe.
Yep, for sure. Wow. Okay. So, again, thank you all for coming in today. And we will do more if anyone wants to talk more individually, we can, no problem. And I guess we'll go for now. So I appreciate all your time, and we'll see you again soon.
thank you.
Bye, guys.
Right.
Take care,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Hey, you
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
See you on Telegram.
Yeah, see you on Telegram.
Yeah.